Group C, match number 1. We're going to Gateway Coliseum. And at Gateway Coliseum, we are going to see Claudia, time traveler Claudia, who was in one of the exhibition matches. They will face off against Matt, a team of 6 legendaries. But we saw the team of legendaries in Group B. Was it Group B? No, in Group A, and that team actually lost. So that might happen here as well. And Claudia has a bit of momentum from the exhibition match, from having won that. Let's go. Time travel Claudia, hyper trainer Matt. With Addicio, Subtractio. What? You have Leak, Reginator, and second Mew. Do you know the reference of that Mewtwo? It's not just Mewtwo, so it's a second Mew. There is a reference in that name. Do you know what it is? You have Clock, Silver, Twilight, Rainbow Splash, and ET. Let's get going. We begin. Team Quick Ball versus Team Pokeball. It's all the legendaries that are in the Pokeballs, interestingly. Plus Laminen versus Dialga and Lugia. Plus Laminen, because they're together, their plus and minus abilities will be active. And therefore they will have a 50% increased special attack set. Let's see. It may have to do with the fact that Mewtwo was cloned from Mew. Yeah. But it's not just that. Oops, I forgot to start the timer.
Both trainers are carefully planning their strategy.
There's more of a reference. Yes, second Mew does come from the fact that Mewtwo was cloned from Mew, but there's more of a reference in there. Let's see if anyone knows that. Right, starting us off, Lugia being the fastest Pokemon. If Lugia's used in a match, that's not too often the fastest one, because it's more of a defensive one. Takedown, pretty good damage on Minen. Now Subtractio. Smog, but unfortunately, move misses. Doesn't quite work. In addition, we're going for Octazooka, which is boosted by its ability, but it misses as well. 2 moves that are unfortunately not fully accurate. And Dialga tickling Addicio, the Plusle. Attack file. And the defense as well, so future moves may deal a bit more damage, and physical attacks from Addicio might deal a bit less, but they want to use special attacks because they're slightly better at special than physical moves, and they have that boost in special attack as long as they're both on the field. Kinesis from Lugia, lowering Plus's accuracy, lower chance to hit as well. Just give it Shockwave for some good damage. Overheat! But even with the special attack boost, it's only that against a defensive force that is Lugia. They'll need some more. They're like a Disable or an Imprison to do well against this team. Ingrain is a nice way. Keeps Minen healthy. Lugia would absolutely love Ingrain. Dialga, that's more of Lugia's, not really Lugia's move, but it would make more sense for Lugia to do it. But hey, you have your fun with it. Lugia again going first. Still seems so weird, Lugia going first. Sword Stance powering up their physical attack, doubling the strength of those moves with their stat change. Dishio's turn. Harsh Light is not Luster Purge. No, Luster Purge is a standard attack. That's Latios' signature move. Harsh Light is Sky Attack. String Shots. Dialga is even slower. Silver is slower, so maybe Plus Lamina will go first. But let's see what Sky Attack will do. If it hits Plusle, it'll deal a bit more damage because of its lower defense, and it does. Sky Attack from Dialga.
Fierce blow. It's a direct hit.
It's resisted, but about half damage. Pretty nice. And Subtraction, the Minun heals a little bit, thanks to Ingrain. Will there be more special attacks from these two? Physical attack for a couple of turns, for 2 or 3 from Minun. Choosing to go with Thrash. Not really choosing, but, you know, it's Metronome, but going with Thrash. Addicio now. Go with Power Whip. Unfortunately, it's another miss. Metronome from Lugia. Close combat from Boosted from Swords Dance. And Addicio's defense was lowered. Yeah, that was bound to be a KO. Defense and special defense on Lugia are dropped, which are nice on a defensive Pokemon such as Lugia. A Plusle is down, and not only does that mean it's a 6-5 lead now for Matt, it also means Minun loses its 50% special attack boost. Because there's no Pokemon with the plus ability on the field anymore. Focus Blast does miss. It's also known as Focus Miss sometimes. But Subtraction won't mind, doesn't get damaged, stays healing. And now for a Pokemon that was very interesting in the exhibition match, that I like to say the name of, because the name is... What?
A gnome is sent out.
What
Well,
is the name?
Both corners still have a chance to win this. Who's going to take the glory?
No need to select anything from Subtraction, because even though it survived, it is stuck in the same move, and that's Thrash, which won't deal that much damage. Although the defenses of Lugia are lowered now thanks to Close Combat, so it'll deal a bit more. We'll see if it gets confused. It does not, so it'll get another turn of Thrash next turn, which isn't too bad. It also doesn't get confused. Vine Whip, critical hit, that's big, and that's just a Vine Whip. But then again, doubled attack stat on the Lugia thanks to Sword Dance, so Lugia making very good use of it. Flash lowering the accuracy of Minun. It's not a takeout, but hey, it's something. Now it's time for what? To use a move, and what? Uses Tail Whip.
Its defense fell.
Lowering the defense of Lugia further. So, as long as Minun is able to hit, so get through that one accuracy drop. Oh, it actually gets confused at the end of the turn. I was gonna say, I thought it would have gotten confused immediately after the attack, let's say the end of the turn. Otherwise, Thrash would have dealt even more damage to Lugia, now with another defense drop. Alright, now it's a confused Subtraction. So it might actually take itself out, depending on how hard the hit is. I think Confusion Hit is a typeless 40 physical move. Struggle is a 50 power typeless physical move on the opponent. I'm pretty sure Confusion Hit is still physical, but typeless on yourself. So if you actually have Sword Dance up, or if your defense lowered, you actually deal more damage to yourself through Confusion. So that's why Swagger is generally preferred on over Flatter on Confusion strategies. The Swagger increases the opponent's attack stat, which makes them deal more damage to themselves if they hit themselves. Mirror Shot is stat move from Dialga, but it misses. Lugia, interestingly, changing into a Water type, which if they would have a third type, it would happen. Oh, well, Miracle Eye from both Pokemon. Dialga and Lugia, both Dark-type Pokemon, can now be hit by Psychic moves, which they could have already. So that doesn't really do much. Also forgot to check if Miracle Eye makes them hit 100% of the time. These matches take so long that I'll forget some of the things that I wanted to look up between matches. Aromatherapy, healing the no status changes that no status problems that are on what? Silver Stern. Here comes Lava Plume, hitting all 3 other Pokemon. Not enough to take out Subtraction, deals a bit of damage on Dialga, but there might be a burn from any of these. Dialga might have not... What? Gets hit? Does get burned. Claudia would have liked Dialga to be burned there. Not only does it deal damage, it also lowers their physical attack. Hypering from Dialga, but Dialga keeps missing. Now it's time for what? And they use Sword Stance, also boosting the physical attack just like Lugia has done. And with Lugia now having 2 stages lower physical defense, and Dialga having 1, a decent physical move from what will be nice Although then the burn halves it again, so it's basically the burn and the sword stance undoing each other. But there's still defense drop on Dialga and defense drops on Lugia. So targeting Lugia with a physical move would be pretty nice. Spark, for example, here. To add stab to it as well. So Traxio using Poison Jab, but it missed. Okay, I was gonna say it might have been on Dialga and it doesn't affect it. Pursuit, just a bit of damage, but again, it's a physical move from a sword stance. Yeah, mine is out. Aside from losing Psychic, it also reveals Ghost. Isn't that just Foresight that does that, or does Miracle Eye now also do Ghost? I thought Foresight was the one that removes the Ghost immunity, and then Miracle Eye was then created for Lunar Dance, Cresselia's move. Dialga taking itself out, and in this tournament, unless there was a U-turn or Aurora Whirlwind earlier to send a damaged Pokemon back to the party, it's not going to help. And even then, I'm still going to just send things out in order. And if something is switched out due to whatever move, then that goes to the back of the row, as if it would be the 7th Pokemon. So then it won't even get healed. Unless it happens to be the next one. So that makes the score 5-4. Twilight is the next Pokemon that comes in. That is Giratina. It's fully healed, and it doesn't matter, just like on the Weavile a little while ago. And Van Grance's team. That's time for what? To use Bulletine. Which is totally gonna deal damage. Like, you know, it's Sword Dance and Burn, get rid of each other. No defense drops on Giratina. Giratina has high defenses and resists Bullet Seed. Unknown is not too strong, so yeah. Alright, time for the 4th Pokemon on the team of Claudia. It's time for You Have Leak. Oh, You Have Leak? Whether they actually have a leak, or if Farfetch just has a leak. How it's written suggests the thing that Farfetch is holding. But maybe it's also a play on words. Let's see what they can do. Giratina now moving first. Roar, there we go. A random Pokemon is... Wait, this happened to Farfetch in the exhibition match. It was sent out as well. I don't remember if it was Roar or Whirlwind, but it was sent. It was forced out on its first turn as well, and then Farfetch didn't do anything. Reggie Gigas is sent out, and I think Slow Start. This already counts as the first turn for Slow Start. Mind Reader comes in. The Ghost type Unknown can now be hit by normal and fighting type moves. Time for what? To use Metronome again. We see Brine for more damage on Giratina than Bullet Seed. I'll give it that, but still not much. Miracle Eye, like Odor Sleuth and Foresight, allows you to hit a Pokemon which you normally can't hit due to typing. The ability Scrappy works the same on Ghosts. Is that all of them, or is that still in Gen 4? Because I don't remember that ever being the case.
The blue corner still has not decided on their next move.
Because you can't hit a... But then, does that also apply on Steel's being immune to Poison and Ground being immune to Electric? Mind Reader's like Lock-on, yeah. The others I can see working on immunes, but... Every immune? The Steel is immune to Poison. Ground's immune to Electric. I don't think that can be undone. Remind me after this match, please. I really want to look this up myself. Giratina gets Metronome off again. We see Skill Swap, which I guess is good for Giratina because Giratina now gets Levitate. And what gets the Useless Pressure? I think it's Levitate and Unknown anyway. Water Sport, weakening fire moves for 5 turns. Here comes Ancient Power. And it's on Lugia for a bit more damage. It's super effective. Do we get the boost? It's 10% chance? Nope. Reginator with half speed and attack for now. Brave Bird. That's still some pretty big damage. There's even... With half an attack due to slow start, it's still, I think, 80 base power. But normally it's 160. Well, that's not really halved. It's eventually what it becomes after all the boosts from IVs and EV stats halved. not exactly 80 base power, but it's easy enough for the explanation. You don't want to go into every single detail. Still for very low health. Metronome from Giratina. Brings out Milk Drink, one of the recovery moves. Miltank's exclusive move. Gets back the little bit of health that it lost from Unknown Stew moves. Lugia, even though it has a speed drop, goes second.
A small hit.
Bit of damage on Regigigas. Is there poison? Nope. Time for what? Who is somehow faster than the Regigigas? Bite. But wait, actually the Ancient Power wasn't super effective, and neither is this Bite, because Lugia was a pure water type thanks to its camouflage from earlier. But it's taken down anyway. Makes it a 4-4 score. And there are 2 legendaries to end off the team. The others. Oh no, 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 no! They just skill swapped. Giratina's move from 2 turns ago completely backfires. Well, not really backfires on them, but just works against Claudia. Because normally Anna would have not been damaged by it due to Levitate, and Giratina would have been hit. It wouldn't have been a huge hit, because its defenses. That is unfortunate. Now you have Leak is listed as the next Pokemon, but that's just because it switched the spot with Reginator. I did say if a Pokemon is switched out for any reason, it moves to the back of the team. So it goes after second Mew. Unless the final Pokemon is a Tyranitar or an Abomasnow or something like that. In that case, that Pokemon will still stay last. To have the least amount of effect of a permanent Sandstorm right now. Claudia sends out second Mew. And it is Rainbow the Ho-Oh for Matt. Renz had a very useful and strong Ho-Oh in his match in Group B. Let's see what Rainbow can do here for Matt. Second Mew with Metronome.
Mewtwo starts to attack.
Surf. Hits Giratina for a bit. Super effective on Ho-Oh. Pretty nice. It does also hit Regigigas though. And that's of course a critical hit in your partner. Why not? As if it would be super effective. Ho-Oh's turn for Peck. It holds a stat move, and Ho-Oh's high physical attack will still do some decent damage. Yeah. Bit less than I expected. It's something. Bit of damage every turn might work out well. Oh, we've seen that move before in this fight. That could be very strong. Reginator with Miss Ball. Latias signature. Let's see. Reginator's used that. Has used
Both corners still have a chance to win this.
Brave Bird, was it? Has Reginator been on the field for 2 full turns or 3? Let's see. I just looked it up. Apparently Miracle Eye is only for Darks. I was a bit miscalculated on that. That's alright, second Mew, Metronome. Mewtwo decides to roleplay. Does get the pressure ability from Ho-Oh, and it already had its own pressure ability, so that didn't do a thing. Spiderweb, we can't switch normally. Only through U-turn and Roar, which can happen anyway, and I'm not going to manually switch. Sky Attack on Reginator. That's almost done. And that's a flinch as well, because the move can flinch. No. That is not good for Claudia, who had a nice win, I think, against Green in the exhibition match. Green lost in Group A. Let's see what happens in Group B. It could completely change if, let's say, Giratina suddenly uses Explosion when someone else uses, on the other team uses Dig.
Its special defense fell.
Oh, here exhibition was against Chobin? And then it was you versus me? I thought Green was in one of them. I'm confused. I haven't working on so many school things, and then this, I just... You remember better than I do, and even I was the one that streamed it. Reginator got its act together. It is now at full speed and at full attack power, so it can deal a lot more damage, but it's also very close to being KO'd. So what's going to happen? Ingrain from Mewtwo. That can be nice. It is at very high health, so that's a lot more chances to be useful than for Reginator. Reginator just wants to hit hard and hit Shadow Claw. That's a physical move. Now at full power. Pretty nice. Would probably like to have that happen to Giratina for super effective, but it's a physical move and it's strong, so. They'll take it. Low kick from Giratina, though. That's going to be the end of Regigigas. It just got to full power. That's it.
It couldn't take it. It's down.
That is it. 2 Pokemon left on Claudia's side, and still, I think, 4 on Matt's. Amnesia boosting the special defense of the Ho-Oh, taking less damage now. Things like Shockwave, Flamethrower, and potentially Water Spout. Alright, you have Leak. Comes back out. See what Farfetch'd can do against the big legends.
The red corner currently leads. Can they end this quickly?
Nature Power. And here it is Hydro Pump against Giratina. It's a critical hit, though. That critical hit would have been nice on Ho-Oh, because one, it would have been super effective, and then it would have ignored the Amnesia boost that it just got. But still, Hydro Pump is good damage. Force Palm from Rainbow, that will be resisted. But it might paralyze Mewtwo. It does not, so Mewtwo's still okay, still has that Ingrain active. Hydro Pump from Twilight. But that Hydro Pump misses. Now it's time for Farfetch'd. You have Leak. Shadow Claw on the Giratina. Farfetch'd from the Pokeball learned from what Regigigas did. And it hits the Giratina with the exact same move. Farfetch'd is definitely paying attention. Second Mew Metronome. High jump kick. No, let that. No, it misses. And fortunately, it is not half of your own max HP in this generation. I think it's half of what the damage that it would have dealt to the opponent. So that likely was aimed at Ho-Oh. Oh, Ho-Oh with the Aqua Ring. Well, it also has an Amnesia boost. That has been huge for Ho-Oh. So what did Giratina use? I know the move didn't do anything, but I missed what it was. Do you remember?
Well, both corners still have a chance to win.
Use the Ghost move and you have Leak. Okay. Thank you.
Mewtwo starts to attack.
U-turn, which won't cause a switch because there's only 2 Pokemon remaining. This deals a bit of an interesting teleportation there on the contact moves for Mewtwo. At least in some of them. I don't know which moves will use that animation. Metronome from Twilight, Meditate, increasing his attack stat.
It's attack rose.
Well, Mewtwo and Farfetch'd probably want to hit Ho-Oh now, because otherwise Ho-Oh will just keep healing off any damage it takes. With Aqua Ring, Haze getting rid of all the stat changes, removing its own special defense boost. And the attack boost it just got on Giratina, String Shot. Lowering the speed of Ho-Oh and Giratina. Hopefully making Farfetch'd move a little earlier. Mewtwo was already first. Reflect has now worn off on the side of Claudia. Let's see if Mewtwo and Farfetch'd will start aiming at Rainbow now, because otherwise Rainbow is just going to keep gaining HP and it'll keep becoming harder to take it out. Actually, Oh, Crab Hammer. Very good. Critical hit. They listened to me. Farfetch'd listened to me. Mewtwo listened to me. Aimed at the Ho-Oh, and it was a super effective move and got the crit. Very nice for them. Farfetch'd. Beat up. Won't deal that much damage, but it's a super effective move.
Successfully hit multiple times.
What I find interesting about Giratina, I wonder how that works in terms of the biology of Giratina's body. How do the spikes on its wing keep moving? Because when it uses the physical move Dragon Claw, it becomes sort of, they become like in the edges of a triangle. But otherwise they're on the, like, the extra things on the wing. Alright, 2 more Pokemon on Matt's team. They are in full health, haven't battled yet. Here's Splash. The first Suicune of the tournament. Can that Suicune deal with a Farfetch'd? And with a Mewtwo with an active Ingrain. Let's go Mewtwo, starting us out with another Metronome. Quite predictable. But what isn't predictable is we're using Spite on the Giratina, which already has some lowered power points. I'm actually thinking, a few Leopard Berries have already been eaten, some by Fling, some by Bug Bite. Some have been disabled. We have reached 0 power points, such as on the Latios in the second match in Group A. But we haven't actually had a Leopard Berry being eaten by a Pokemon because the power points were at 0. There was one case where that would have happened. That was also in match 2. Again, I think on the Dialga. Well, Embargo was active, so it wouldn't have applied. Growth on Giratina. It is now bigger with a higher special attack stat. Tried to use that special attack stat to deal some good damage. But Mewtwo keeps healing with Ingrain. And with Ho-Oh out of the way, that Aqua Ring doesn't really worry them too much. Thunder Wave. Interesting choice. Lowering the speed of Splash, who didn't have a speed drop from String Shot. Lowered chance for them to attack as well. There's 75% chance that their attack will still go through. Meteor Mash, pretty nice move. Suicune with a physical move, dealing pretty good damage to You Have Leak. But You Have Leak got his Leak back. Oh! I think, based on the angle, that wasn't Suicune, although I'm not sure, I didn't quite see it. Well, maybe such things, such moves always just look on straight so the opponent doesn't know who it's actually aimed at. I think that would make sense. You know, that is the first time a Leopard Berry was eaten due to the power points running out. Now, Spite did help to make them run out, but the power points ran out. So the Leopard Berry was eaten. Metronome back at 10 power points. Because I didn't want to have Pokemon struggle too early. Like, struggle is still possible, but I want to keep the Ranners and Metronome in there a bit more. We've seen quite a bit of struggle, actually, to some of the moves. Shadow Force on Giratina. Almost there. Very close to a 2-2 score. And there's a paralyzed Suicune next to Giratina, so this might work out for him. Cotton Spore. That just lowers the speed of Mewtwo, making it move a bit later. Wait, so there's a String Shot in Giratina, so it's slower. Splash is paralyzed, so it's slower. Mewtwo is slower now due to Cotton Spore, which is 2 stages. So Farfetch'd is not going to move first because Farfetch'd is just taken up. It's Suicune. I was going to say Farfetch'd is going to move first in a field with 3 other legendaries. Alright, second Mew, full health. There's still 5 Metronomes left, including a held Leopard Berry. Against a low HP Giratina, a near full HP but paralyzed Suicune, and then 1 full health Pokemon in the back. It's possible, but it's a 2v1 scenario until 2 of the others are taken out. Let's see how far Mewtwo can take us. Claudia will be rooting for her Legendary for a long time. That Ingrain definitely... No! That Ingrain not helping against Explosion. It happened. The first explosion of the tournament. And even if Giratina would have been hit and KO'd by, there was still a Pokemon in the back. That is one of the moves you don't want to see. In almost all cases. It's anticlimactic in a sense. Would have liked to see Mew to do some more things, but that's a 2-1 win. A 2-0 win for Matt.